I think it is time. Let's get into it. Let's go. I don't know how much I'm going to do today, but let's just see how far we can get. So let's look at a club contract for North South. And what do I think East West best plan is going to be? Actually kind of tough to say. Let's try and get some sort of baseline. Like, what happens if West leads a club? Let's say declare ducks in both hands. I'm thinking of some plan where declare sets up some diamond tricks. Club ducked, ace of diamonds cashes, declare unblocks the king, and then another club. So declare could then end up taking 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, and 2 hearts. And that's it. So that would be 6 tricks. So it looks like the defense can take at least 7 tricks just by basically pulling trumps. Can they do better, though? Because it looks like East-West can prevent Declare from cashing a bunch of diamonds. Although I guess there's the possibility of South roughing a couple of spades in North's hand. Yeah, it does look like 8 tricks are going to be pretty easy. Well, sorry, 5 tricks are going to be pretty easy for North-South. Ace, King of Hearts, Ace, King of Clubs, and a spade ruff, at the very least. So, like, if West, I don't know, leads the... maybe 3 rounds of spades, forcing North, and now there's no way to pull trumps and score extra diamond tricks. Well, actually, wait a second. 3 rounds of spades forcing North. North roughs and then plays a diamond to the king. West wins. And now if West plays back the club queen, South can win the king and play a diamond. And if West doesn't ruff, well, that's going to be a 6th trick. 2 clubs, 2 hearts, and a spade ruff. And a diamond. So West has to ruff, but now West is down to just 1 trump, the same as North singleton ace. And so, like, Queen of Hearts switch or something, South can win, cash another high heart, then pull West trump, and then cash a diamond. So it actually does look like North-South gets 6 tricks. What if, What if West leads a high club, though? And trying to prevent that late club entry to North's hand. So club around to the king. King of diamonds. West wins. Plays another club. North wins the ace. Yeah, actually, that might do it, right? Club opening lead. Let's say South wins the king, king of diamonds to the ace, another club, North wins the ace. But there's communication to East hand in the spade suit. So but wait. What if the second club gets ducked? So I think this is the last attempt that I have before I'm ready to kind of settle on things. So king of diamonds to the ace, and now another club. What if North ducks this trick? Because it almost looks like 3 rounds of spades could force North, but North can just discard, and South will be left with a oh, but then South doesn't have an entry to North's hand. Okay. Actually, this is kind of funny, right? Ace of spades, king of spades, spade. Okay, North discards, so East wins. And now if East plays back, like, well, I guess East can play back a diamond. But I was thinking, like, if East plays back a red suit, fine. Well, heart. South can win the ace, king of hearts, then play a club to the ace, and then cash a couple of diamonds for 5 more tricks and 6 tricks total. But I was like, oh, what if East plays another spade? Well, now if South roughs, there's no way back to North's hand. But South can discard on this trick. Now West wins. And now North is going to cash 2 more diamonds, the ace of clubs, and South's going to get 2 hearts for 6 tricks once again. But I guess the point is, after winning the spade queen, East can give their partner a diamond rough. And then what? Like the queen of hearts? And it's going to be hard to take more than 3 more tricks from here. The king of hearts, the ace of clubs, and the queen of diamonds. Because East will be able to rough in. So I think we're looking at 5 tricks for North-South, which means down 2 in a club. Down 1. So apparently there is a better plan after the queen of clubs lead. So what is the better plan? So we tried the king of diamonds, and we thought that another club... Oh, apparently Declare has to win the ace. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that makes sense. Well, here's the point. Declare could just pull trumps. And so now that West is stripped of their club, the queen, jack of diamonds are going to take tricks. And kind of similar to before, if East-West cash 4 spades, who cares? Yeah, I just didn't do a very good job counting. I thought that cashing 4 spades was going to set the contract too many tricks, but that's not true, being only at the 1 level. So and there's really no other way to go about it. But I guess that then therefore makes sense on any line of defense, that like even if East-West play 3 rounds of spades to start, Declare could just choose not to rough. And the tricks you're going to lose are basically going to be 4 spade tricks. The ace of diamonds is a 5th trick, and then 2 natural club tricks, the 3rd round of clubs and the long club. But by then, the diamonds will all be set up, and Declare will eventually take a couple of hearts, a couple of diamonds, and a couple of clubs for 6 tricks. So declare basically just needs to pull trumps, which is interesting. Okay. Let's look at the diamond contract. Probably not going to be that interesting. Whoops. Hello? In a diamond contract, looks like, let's see, is this 9 of diamonds coming into play? It doesn't look like it. So north-south should be able to pull trumps, just losing 2 spades and a diamond to make 4. So pretty simple there. Didn't really need to spend too long looking at that one. Long suits do tend to have that. Whoops, not, oh my god, I didn't mean to click on it. The buttons for double dummy and export need to be further apart. Okay, let's look at the heart contract. So, I mean, West has what look like natural trump tricks. So if South just starts playing diamonds, West is going to rough with their naturals. So how many tricks do North-South actually end up taking? They have, well, 2 hearts and 2 clubs. That's 4. The 9, 8, 6 of hearts is probably going to be an extra trick somehow. So that's 5. I mean, where can North-South get extra tricks? They can get extra tricks from playing a lot of diamonds and forcing West to rough, right? If you force West to rough once, then the 5th heart is going to take a trick. If you force West to rough twice, then the 4th heart is going to take a trick. So maybe therefore the best defense is to play clubs to try and knock out that ace of clubs and dummy, and West will only need to rough once. Because if South gets down to like ace king 9 8 of hearts opposite queen jack 10 small, well, I guess that's not an effective end position. But if you get down to that and West is on lead, then West is going to be end played into giving you 3 heart tricks. I guess that also wouldn't be possible because of the 6 of hearts. So maybe a better way to phrase it is if... Yeah. If South gets down to all 5 trumps and West still has all 5 trumps, which doesn't really seem possible, we're definitely going to play a second round of diamonds to force West. You could just exit the 9 of hearts from South. So like, let me just show this off. Like if we're down to just 5 trumps between the South and West hands, you can force a 3rd trump by exiting the 9 of hearts. West will win the 10. And then obviously if West leads the 7 or 3 of hearts, you score the trick immediately. So West can play back the queen, but now you just duck. And now West is end played into leading away from the jack of hearts. I mean, technically you could also win this and then exit the 6 of hearts and the same thing happens. So it's going to be hard to prevent South from taking 5 tricks on this deal. But is it possible to prevent South from taking 6? I think a club lead does it. Because, like, let's say West, I don't know, starts doing the defenses or declares work for them by leading the diamond ace and then switches to clubs. Well, now South can win, play a diamond, forcing West. West can play another club, but now the ace of clubs takes a trick, and now another diamond forcing West again. And so now the 8 and 6 of hearts are both going to score for 4 more tricks for South. So I think what needs to happen is Queen of Clubs lead to prevent that third round of diamonds from getting played from dummy. Now King of Diamonds, now Jack of Clubs, and now once the Queen of Diamonds gets roughed, there's no longer an entry to North's hand. So West can just like exit the Queen of Hearts, for example, right now, and I think. Well, I mean, they could just like go 10 of clubs, low spade, and then a heart. Seems very possible. And so West is still going to get 2 more heart tricks as well as 2 more spade tricks, and that will be down 2. So this time I'm pretty confident down 2 is correct. And that's true. And we do need to lead the Queen of Clubs or cash a high spade first and then lead the Queen of Clubs. And it looks like we actually can't afford to play a spade to the Queen for some reason. So this is going to be interesting. I figured that a spade to the Queen would also have worked. Now a club comes through. But so what's the point here? Is the point that if West leads the Queen of Hearts, then there's a later subsequent end play against them? Is that what's going on? That might be what's happening because of the club blockage. Yeah, so like, let's say South wins the king and then exits a spade. I mean, technically a club exit could happen now because there's no way back to South's hand to rough a spade. I guess up with the ace of clubs. Now we play a diamond. West can cash the jack of clubs. But now West has to exit the Queen of Hearts, otherwise there's a spade ruff that happens. So now the Queen of Hearts comes around to the ace. Yeah, and then diamond exit, West ruffs, ace of spades, and a spade. But now South is in, and South can exit the 9 of hearts. West wins, and West is end played. So it actually is important for East to retain an entry to play a heart through at some point. So, cool. Cute little side point to the hand. Let's look at spades. Probably going to be easier to think about this one from East-West's perspective with the 8-card spade fit. So East-West can obviously just pull trumps. And then... I mean, maybe they don't want to, but I guess if they don't... Well, maybe one simple thing that West can do is West can pull 2 rounds of trumps. And then lead a heart. And if South goes up with a high heart, then West is going to get an awful lot of heart tricks set up. Is that... It might still not be in time. Like King of Hearts, King of Diamonds. I mean, if East could lead another heart right now, that would be pretty nice. But like, just playing on clubs doesn't really work because South can win, play another diamond, forcing West. And then when North gets in with the club ace, North can play another diamond, forcing West again, and the Jack of Spades will set up. I mean, I'm trying to squeeze out another trick for North South here. So ultimately, I mean, on let's say this line of play, South is going to get another spade, North is going to get a club, and South is going to get the ace of hearts. So that's going to be a total of 5 tricks for North South, it looks like, where South still has 1 trick to come in the spade suit. So I guess this plan of pulling 2 rounds of trumps results in North South getting 5 tricks if they defend accurately from there. I mean, maybe 2 rounds of trumps and then play on clubs would prevent North from getting in. Okay, let's actually think about that. So 2 rounds of trumps, and then rather than playing on hearts, which I thought looked a little bit natural, trying to play through South's ace king, instead we play on clubs to prevent the communication between North-South for 3rd round of diamonds. So does that change things? That might actually change things here. Yeah, it actually looks like that makes things very easy for East-West. So ace of spades, spade, and now club. Let's say South wins, switches to the diamond. Now another club, North wins, can force declare once, or can force West once, but now there's no way for North to play another diamond. So West can just cash the Jack of clubs, unblocking the suit. Queen of hearts. South is in. And actually, South is just getting end played because they've been completely stripped of everything. So even if South like plays back the Jack of spades now, then a heart is going to force South to either duck this trick, in which case Declare doesn't lose, not Declare, East-West don't lose a heart trick, but they will lose a diamond, or South can win this and then play back the 9 of hearts and the diamond goes away. Now heart ruff and the 9 of clubs is a winner. So it looks like this is a pretty easy way for East-West to make 9 tricks. Hold North-South to 4. And yeah, apparently it does require spades. I bet there's ways to do it without playing 2 rounds of spades. I mean, without playing exactly 2 rounds, so probably 3 rounds of spades is also okay. Yeah, and it seems like 3 rounds of spades is also okay, in fact. But you got to get to work on the club suit. Actually, apparently a heart is good enough here. I thought that this plan resulted in West getting tapped out, but interesting. So apparently playing back a heart immediately does it. And I guess the point is now with 2 heart discards for the diamonds, we don't get forced enough times. So South can win, play a diamond, but West ruffs, and yeah, then can just pull the last trump and pitch a club and a diamond on the 2 hearts and then knock out the ace king of clubs, it looks like. For 9 tricks that way as well. So, but the club lead makes things pretty simple. Let's look at no trump. Okay, so 4 spade tricks off the top. And the ace of diamonds, but that's it. So this is going to be 8 tricks, right? Because the diamonds just get unblocked and then north-south can run the diamond suit. So pretty simple. It looks like 8 tricks there after east-west take the first 5. Okay, 2 options. I could do another one of these quickly and then call it, or I could try and proceed on and do some bidding stuff. Let's just do another one of these. All right. This hand looks fun. Let's see. So west is the strong hand. Let's see how they end up doing in their 4 contracts or 5 contracts. Clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades, and no trump. So in clubs. Okay. So on the surface, there might be a heart ruff available, although north-south can prevent that by pulling trumps. Spades do set up for 1 discard on east's hand. Yeah, I guess a trump lead looks like it's going to prevent a heart ruff, because north can get in twice in the heart suit. Well, north only needs to get in 1 more time in the heart suit, which is very doable to play a 3rd round of trumps. And so then what? It's going to be 3 hearts to lose. A diamond goes on the spade, or vice versa. A heart goes on the spade, and then you have to lose a diamond for east-west. So that sounds like 4 total losers: a spade and 3 hearts, or a spade and 3 red cards, basically. That looks right to me. So apparently, a club lead is not necessary. Huh. Why is that? I guess it's because East doesn't really have entries to get a heart ruff. Is that the point? So, like, even on a spade lead, I mean, I assume South has to switch to clubs. So club, let's go up with the ace. Oh, well, never mind. A spade lead, sure, obviously. But it said that a heart lead was also good enough. So heart to the king. And now a club switch. Let's say up with the ace. Oh, yeah, okay. It is because East doesn't have enough entries, basically. So a heart now to the ace, and then another round of clubs. Fine. We get to ruff our heart, but there's no way to get off of the dummy, or West's hand, out of Declarer's hand. So there's no way to lead a spade up towards the king. And so you can't deal with your 4th round diamond loser anymore. So, okay, let's look at diamonds. So the obvious tricks that East-West are going to make are 3 clubs, 3 diamonds. They can definitely get a 4th diamond by just playing a spade through north, and the 9 of diamonds will score. So, like, for example, on a trump lead, trump around to the ace, club to the king, spade. South wins the ace. Plays back a diamond, let's say. King of diamonds. Two more clubs over to the ace. And then the king of spades. North roughs in with like the jack or 10. East discards, and eventually the queen 9 of diamonds take two more tricks. So that sounds like, what, 7 tricks? 3 clubs and 4 diamonds? Can East West do better? It's kind of hard to imagine doing better. And I don't think 3 rounds of hearts from north-south is helpful. It might actively be harmful, in fact. I mean, maybe that's not true. Maybe 3 rounds of hearts, West roughs. I mean, West doesn't have to rough, I suppose. But West roughs. Yeah, let's actually just say West doesn't rough, because I think then it just transposes into the other line that we were talking about. So another round of hearts. And West just discards a spade, for example. And so now what is South supposed to do? I mean, South can play back a heart, but that just immediately gives up the 7th trick. East will rough, pull 2 rounds of trumps, 3 rounds of clubs, and then the queen of diamonds is just the 7th trick. And if South plays back a diamond, then club over to the king, spade up, another diamond, and now just the same thing. Club to the queen, club back to the ace, and now lead a spade. And eventually the 9 of diamonds scores in this scenario. I mean, I guess East could have done effectively the same thing by staying in their hand rather than pushing a spade from West. They could have just played clubs. North roughs, plays a diamond. East wins the queen and then plays another club as North roughs. 9 of diamonds takes a trick. So it does look like 7 tricks for East West, regardless of defense on this one. So confirm that. Let's look at hearts. So North-South can pull trumps, but maybe that's not the best plan. Pesky little 8 of hearts over here. So North can't just get a bunch of roughs with all of their heart spots. So if North-South do pull trumps, can West get end played? Maybe West can actually get end played, is something that could happen here. If South can get a club rough. So maybe a club opening lead would be good. Like if they're able to strip out this ace of clubs, like for example, let's say it just goes club, club, club. I don't think this is best defense, but or best declare play, I guess I'm supposed to say. Now, 3 rounds of hearts pulling trumps. And just exit a diamond, and West is in. And West is going to have to break the spade suit. And so they can like exit a spade and... Yeah, actually at this point, the 9 of spades could even hold. So I guess maybe West should exit the jack of spades to pin that 9. Because now South could... Wait, it doesn't. It actually didn't matter. Yeah, this is actually a super cool end play, right? If West exits a low spade, then North wins, and then sets up the diamond suit, giving up a trick to the diamond queen. And if West exits a high spade, the jack or the king, then South can win the queen and then exit a low spade, throwing West in and pitching all of Dummy's diamonds. And so now West is end played into giving 2 more discards for the jack 10 of diamonds. So it looks like this plan, if North-South can execute it, would lead to them taking 8 tricks. But I don't think East-West have to allow for this to happen. So let me look at this for a second. Now, I mean, with that said, maybe North-South can just like set up diamonds, right? Like North could just lead a diamond at trick 1. Well, okay, hold on, because the Queen of Hearts might come into play. I guess that's not true. Queen of Hearts won't come into play because South can just ruff with the king at some point. But yeah, because of the fact that the ace-king doubleton falls, I mean, I guess North can just lead a low diamond trick 1. And I don't know what East-West are actually supposed to do on defense. Like, pulling trumps doesn't really help them. And if they just defend kind of passively, like king of diamonds, club, club, club. Now the 8 of hearts comes into play. It's almost the case that South could make the rest of the tricks from here. But I think the 8 of hearts is a little bit too pesky of a card. Because we could go like Jack of hearts. Let's say covered. Yeah, actually, never mind. This just doesn't work at all. But like, imagine if like the Jack of hearts held and then heart to the queen and ace. And now, okay, we can take a roughing hook and diamonds to set up the suit. But ace of spades, spade rough, east over roughs with the 8 of hearts. And so we still could have scored the beer. But so it looks like 5 tricks available for East-West, basically in any scenario. But it looks like North-South should be able to hold East-West to 5 tricks, is what I'm thinking. So down 2 seems very likely. Down 1. Wow, East-West can do better. Huh. That's surprising to me. So what did we miss on the line like this? I know I said West defended passively, but I don't know what else West is supposed to do. I mean, they can cross in clubs and get a spade through, which is maybe the most effective defense for East-West. But I don't really know how this helps. Like the ace of spades wins, and then I suppose this is getting a little complicated. Because now on diamond to the ace and a spade, North has to ruff with the 10. Yeah, and actually, this is a big problem because that 10 of hearts would have been kind of the necessary entry to set up the diamond suit. But now, I mean, even if we go like heart to the king, heart to the queen, this 8 of hearts is preventing us from roughing another spade back to North's hand. So, like, we could try and set up a diamond, but unfortunately, there's no way to get back there to cash the 10 of diamonds. So let's step back then. On this plan of diamond around the king, so club over, and then a spade. Yeah, it does seem like East West are doing a lot better if West can play a second round of spades from their side. I suppose I hadn't really considered this due to the fact that the Queen of Spades would like kind of set up, but that's fine. I mean, if East gets a ruff, then so be it. So a little bit lazy by me. I mean, do North South have a better plan other than working on the diamond suit? No, I mean, I think the main point here is that the best that North South can do when West plays another spade is to just like discard. So East gets a ruff, and then they still get to cash a club. But then North South are firmly in control. They can pull 2 rounds of trumps, take the roughing hook and diamonds, and then still have a trump to get back to North's hand to run the diamond suit afterwards. But this is going to be 5 tricks for. Wait. Wait, this is only 5 tricks for East West. That was the number that I thought we had. Well, I had decided on. So apparently East West can do better than this. Whoa. I thought I had figured out the problem, but apparently this is just good enough, right? Because, like, I mean, if East returns a diamond, so be it. We ruff with the king. And then, or I suppose, in fact, we could even discard a club, loser on loser. But, like, East could, like, cash the king of clubs and then return a diamond. But then we just ruff with the king. And now we pull 2 rounds of trumps ending in North's hand, and then ruff the diamond suit good, ruff a spade back, and North's hand is high. So that would be 8 tricks for North South. And there doesn't seem to be anything better. So does West need to like lead the king of spades here? Is that the point? That now there's not really an efficient way to discard a loser from North's hand? Because setting up the spade queen does feel like a bit of a concession for West, but maybe that's just okay. Yeah, I mean, if so, like, let's say we discard on this trick, then another spade, ruffed with the 10 of hearts. Because at this point, if oh, sorry, West needs to cash the ace of clubs first. But yeah, now another spade, and if we discard again, East gets their sixth trick for East West. But now ruff with the 10 of hearts, and now there really is no way um to get an extra trick. Okay, so that's interesting. I think I'm willing to say that that's probably the only way for East West to do it. Because this all looked very forced to me. Like the king of spades play, not a small spade. West has to cross to their partner in clubs to get a spade through. So just to take one more look back at it, I mean, I think this is the point. After diamond, a round. Yep. I mean, could play 2 rounds of clubs, but a low club over to East to then play. Oh, apparently you have to cash another diamond. Man, this is all getting so complicated. Let's follow through what the best plan is. And now another club is necessary. And now finally a spade. No, another diamond. Whoa, this is crazy to me. That this is the only way to hold. Well, I was kind of right that there is only one line of play that holds north south to 7 tricks. So what's the point here now that I need to look at this new position for a second? So if we end up roughing, it's got to be with the king. And then the point is that if we start to pull trumps and to try and rough the diamond suit good, now the 8 of hearts comes into play once again. So diamond gets roughed, but now we're trapped in South's hand. And to get back to North's hand, we have to let the 8 of hearts score. And so all the way back to this 9 of diamonds play, if we don't rough, well, West can rough now. And is the point that we play back the ace of clubs? That might be the point. Yeah, I mean, it looks like the 8 of hearts is just coming into play all the time once again. So the ace of clubs comes back, but now a heart to the ace, rough out the diamond suit, start to pull trumps, but once again, ace of spades and a spade, and East gets to over rough. So let me go back now because I was pretty sure that the plan that we had come up with also worked. So why did this not work? Spade. So apparently North-South have a way to collect 8 tricks from here, is what we've been told. Why? I mean, it still feels like we need to be playing back a diamond. So maybe if the king of spades comes through, is there some way to do better here for north-south than what I had been looking at? Maybe west is just getting end played. Maybe the point is that we ruff with the 10 of hearts and then just pull trumps. Or maybe exit a club or something. Yeah, maybe exit a club. And so, like, if west wins this club, and west returns a spade, then north can pitch a club, east can ruff, but now north-south can just pull trumps and ruff the 10 of spades in north's hand. And so north-south take the rest. And if west returns a club from here, well, south ruffs, and now south can pull 3 rounds of trumps. And then just duck a spade to west, who is then end played. And that will be east-west's 5th trick here. West has to lead into the queen 10 of spades. And instead, if after this club exit, east wins the club and plays a diamond through, I'm looking. This is, I think, the defense that caused problems earlier that we saw. Well, south can't pitch a spade because west can ruff and then play a spade. And now to prevent east from scoring the 8 of hearts, north has to ruff high, but this is basically the end of the line for... Oh, no. This is good enough because now south can just pull trumps. Oh, okay, so that does it, right? Now south can just pull trumps. Heart to the king, and then the jack 9 of hearts pull the last 2 trumps, and the queen of spades is high. So I guess that's the whole point. So going all the way back, we'll now just take a look to confirm that this is the idea. After diamond to the king, club to the king, and a spade, south can win the ace, play back. Apparently a diamond's no good. Oh, a diamond's no good because it allows east-west to pull off that 3rd round of diamonds thing, but play back a club immediately to cut communications. Very complex hand. I think I am done looking at this 1 heart contract though. So we got some good workout in. Let's look at a spade. This one also feels like it's going to be a little bit complicated just because the spade split. So what do north-south want to do? I guess they want to play 3 rounds of clubs to try and get south a ruff. So can they do that? Because normally if you're going to be getting end played in trumps, you want to shorten yourself so that the opponents are actually the ones getting end played in trumps. So like club lead, West can win, unblock the ace king of diamonds. Cross in clubs and lead the queen of diamonds. South can ruff, over ruff. And then what? Heart exit. So it's going to go 2 rounds of hearts, club ruff. Or maybe win the heart, club ruff, heart over. Okay, well, I guess regardless, North-South are going to play a 3rd round of some red suit and force West to ruff. So West will be down to just trumps. They'll exit a spade. And I guess North-South are going to get 3 spade tricks from there because West is just going to get repeatedly unplayed. So that's going to be what? 2 hearts, a club ruff, and 3 spade tricks is 6 tricks for North-South. So like this is kind of the plan we were looking at. Club around to the ace, 2 rounds of diamonds. Club over. Queen of diamonds, ruffed, over ruffed. And now exit a heart. North can win. Club ruff. Oh, wait, South having ruffed twice. No, this is still okay, right? Or is it? This is still okay if North plays a diamond. Because South can now pitch a heart, and then when South gets in, South can exit the king of hearts. I guess it would have been fine anyway, even if there was no more hearts in dummy, because East would be out of trumps as well. But yeah, now a heart exit. Yeah, okay. So basically we were right that North-South get 3 spade tricks, a club ruff, and 2 hearts for 6 tricks. Yeah. And so on a club lead or a heart lead, but on a diamond lead or leads where North doesn't retain an entry to their hand, there isn't a club ruff coming, it looks like. So South is going to get end played out of their trump tricks if they don't get that club ruff. Very important. All right, last contract, 1 no trump. And let's see. How's this going to do? Well, North-South can take the first 5 tricks, 4 hearts and the ace of spades, and East-West have 5 clubs, 3 diamonds. Sounds like 8. So this is going to be an easy one. 8 tricks.